folks. My name is Elif, and I'm a sophomore here at Brandeis. I would like to share my vision with my community, the American Jewish community. But it is important for me that everyone in this room, Jewish or not, hears what I have to say. I grew up in Israel to a Haredi family. My mom is one of 13, and my dad is one of 11. My parents met through a shidduch, an arranged marriage, at the age of 20. I was born a year later. When I was 10 years old, my parents left the Promised Land because the only promise made to them was that if they wanted their son to attend a good school or their daughter to find a decent husband, they must conform to Haredi societal norms. Individualism, freedom, was out of the question. So we came here. In the United States, I attended a Jewish, pluralistic, and staunchly Zionist high school. For my classmates, Zionism meant absolute support for Israel, never questioning, certainly not criticizing. My parents left Israel for a better opportunity and for religious freedom. Criticizing Israel was never off limits. In fact, more often than not, it was the only conversation at the Shabbat dinner table. Yet what I took for granted was seen as heresy by my peers. Look around. Why are we having this conference? It is easy to imagine us gathering here to discuss gun laws or fiscal cliffs. Those are issues that we as Americans are invested in, issues that impact our lives. But this conference isn't about those issues. We're here, over 150 students from 15 universities, to talk about something else, something perhaps even deeper. We're here to talk about something that is ours, our homeland, our nation, our people. The difficulties facing Israelis, whether poverty or social mobility, separating religion from state, are not the issues of some people far off over there. They're the issues that are affecting all of our people. Israel is our home, emotionally, spiritually. If we cannot talk about Israel as if it is ours, as if we have a stake, as if we own it, if we cannot debate and criticize and envision, then the connection is merely superficial. You all sitting here prove our connection is deeper than that. That is my vision for us as American Jews. And this vision necessitates one for Israel as well. Yet to have a vision for Israel, we must first ensure Israel's continued existence is guaranteed. What does it mean for Israel to continue to exist? The Declaration of Independence makes clear that the state of Israel is inspired by both Judaism and international liberal values, American values, making it the only true democracy in the Middle East. These are the two essential values that define the state, Jewish and democratic. These values, and therefore the state, are constantly under threat. Yet the biggest threat is not Iran, not Hamas, but the continued military control of the Palestinian territories. I have never lived under occupation. I cannot imagine what it is like to lose my ability to travel freely to the next town over, to Brookline for falafel. I cannot imagine what it must be like for my life to be defined by the security needs of others. I cannot imagine what it must be like to not be able to dissent, to not be able to demonstrate, to not be the master of my own destiny. This reality is not only harmful to the Palestinians, but it is also an existential threat to Israel's future for two main reasons. It is first a threat to our character, Jewish and democratic. Israel is guided by the visions of the prophets, as Isaiah first iterated, to be a light unto the nation. This idea has been guiding Zionist thought from Martin Buber to Rav Kook. We're charged with creating a just society, a society that is based on biblical principles concerning the welfare of the marginalized, Yatom ve'almana, and proper relations to Hager Hagav Letocho, the stranger in our midst. The current situation is also in direct contradiction to the guiding principles of the founders of Israel. As they write explicitly in the Declaration of Independence, the state of Israel will be based on freedom, justice, and peace. The current reality is both un-Jewish and undemocratic. that is not the only issue. The practical implications of maintaining the status quo will ensure that sooner or later Israel will be faced with a choice: annexing the Palestinian territories and granting the residents citizenship, thus relinquishing the Jewish majority and ending the dream of the Jewish state, or not granting them citizenship, which will prohibit Israel from claiming the term democracy with any true seriousness. I cannot imagine a more existential and pressing threat. This is the reality of today. We need to act for a better vision of tomorrow. The only way Israel can continue to exist as Israel, the Jewish democratic homeland of our people, is to accept a painful partition. We in America have the responsibility not only to discuss these issues, but to act on them. We must impress upon our congregations, our community leaders, our political leaders, the necessity and urgency of achieving a two-state resolution. For me, the way to do it is through bVIEW, a campus organization pushing for that goal, so that when I return to Israel in 5 or 10 years from now, I can live in a Jewish democratic state with defined borders. My hope is that when we leave this conference, after the talking, discussion, and debate, we're all inspired to stand up and demand that better future, a more just society. Thank you.